Hi, my name is Adam Funk, and I'm an attorney in Houston, Texas. I specialize in birth injury lawsuits. Today, I want to talk to you about the very important topic of early intervention. Everybody understands that having a baby with any type of physical or cognitive damage requires early intervention. These include speech therapies, occupational therapy, physical therapy, but also neurological treatments that can be started early on. Those interventions are extremely necessary and helpful from a medical perspective, but they're also extremely helpful legally speaking. And let me explain why. As a lawyer and as somebody who's trying to prove your case of a brain injured baby, it's important that I have as much evidence as possible to show to the jury a number of things. The first thing is having the documents, the records that show you actually care about this baby fully and completely. You went to go get intervention very early on. You care about your baby's health and well-being into the future, and that you will continue this well-being and care and treatment plan well into the very far future for your baby as well. The second reason that early intervention, legally speaking, is very important is because baby cases are typically all driven by a timeline. The timing of how things happened over the course of a hospital stay is extremely important. And the same thing goes with early intervention. Showing the treatments and the diagnoses that occurred after the negligence occurred will allow us to prove to the jury that these diagnoses are proper and that the treatment plan is also proper. The third reason that early intervention is very important, legally speaking, is because a lot of the therapist notes will move beyond the diagnosis and start talking about the functional aspects of your child. And that's really what a jury wants to hear. They're not going to understand if your baby suffers from HIE, hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy. The jury's not going to understand what epilepsy means. They're not going to understand cerebral palsy. But what they will understand is feeding problems, mobility problems, orthotics, wheelchair use, just the day-to-day activities that your baby is incurring and actually suffering through is going to go much, much more in depth to the jury than it will with diagnoses alone. The fourth and final reason that early intervention is extremely important is because those interventionists are independent witnesses. They are treaters. They are there simply to document how your baby is coming along. So their credibility is extremely high. They don't have any skin in the game when it comes to your lawsuit. So if I, as a lawyer, were to depose them, take their deposition, then I would ask them, tell me about X or Y, the name of your baby, and tell me about how he or she is crawling, how he or she is talking. Is she meeting those milestones that a regular 2 or 3-year-old is actually meeting? They love to hear from an independent person, not just our experts, about what is going on in your baby's life. My name is Adam Funk. I'm an attorney in Houston, Texas, and I specialize in birth injury lawsuits. I would be happy to talk to you about this topic much more in detail.